Okay folks, I'm back and I've decided to go and visit Nicole first, as we've got a few more clues and we'll maybe use her phone at the same time while we're here. We know she's got a phone here, so I'm thinking I'll maybe use her phone, see if we can ring Todrick again.
Salut, George.
Because we've got an alias, to see if he's used the same alias for him.
I've been to the costume shop.
And any excuse to visit the lovely
I like
Nicole.
it. What are you supposed to be?
I didn't hire a costume. These are my clothes and you know it.
Did you ask about the clown?
Yeah. He used the name Khan. He hired 2 costumes, the clown and a pixie.
Then we're one jump ahead of him.
So
How do you make that out?
He probably plans to use the pixie suit next time he kills.
Oh God, don't let it be me. I don't deserve to die at the hands of a pixie.
Don't be silly, George.
Pixie
that won't
death.
happen.
Oh no?
No, because every time you see a pixie, you're going to run like hell.
Let's see if she's...
What are you doing to help trace the killer clown?
Yeah, come on Nicole, what are you doing about
George.
this?
Yeah? You have a copy of the clown's yearbook?
I have a telephone and lots of contacts.
Oh, well, did you find anything useful?
Not yet. I'm employing my first and most useful weapon.
What's that?
Patience.
Oh, I've heard of that. Isn't it a substitute for decisive thinking?
Yeah.
Have you found out any more about the murders?
Well, it may be nothing, but both the clown's victims visited Paris earlier this year.
When?
The second week of July. They were both here at the same time.
Did they meet?
I don't know, but I can't imagine it was coincidence.
Okay, so the other victims have been to Paris as well last year, was it? Anyway, let's see if we can get
The
over
guy
this.
at the novelty shop gave me this.
What is it?
A hand buzzer. You put it in your hand and give people electric shocks.
Yep, what a laugh.
It's a gag. A practical joke.
If you ever use it on me, I'll break your arm.
Okay. I get the picture. Do you want this photo?
No.
Well, I don't think there's anything else, so I'll try and use
May
the
I
phone.
use your telephone?
Sure.
We'll
go
try
ahead.
and
Thanks.
contact Todrick again. If not, we'll be going to the police station to see if we've had any leads there. Because the fact that we can still click on Todrick's phone number means there must
Hello?
be something we
Who
can
is
still
this?
get from him.
Mr. Todrick?
Oh, it's you again. What now?
Yes, see? Now we can talk to him about this Khan fellow.
The man I'm looking for is called Khan. He bought a suit from you, remember?
Mr. Khan. Yes, I remember him.
Okay, we're getting
Yes,
somewhere.
I delivered the suit to his hotel. The hotel...
That guy looks a bit like the guy from Curb Your
remember
Enthusiasm.
It was upstairs. The second room on the right-hand side of the corridor.
Thanks, Todrick. That's all I wanted to know. Now I've got you, Mr. Clown.
Okie doke. So we've got an address.
Now we're getting somewhere. Do you know the Hotel Ubu?
The Ubu? Yes, I do.
That's where the clown stayed.
Good work, George.
So there you go. Who needs police? We've already found out where he's
See you
staying.
later.
Where are you going now?
I could go hang out at the Hotel Ubu.
Watch out for Khan, George.
Don't worry, I will.
So, because I still don't think there's any reason to go to the police station just yet. I know you do go there for some reason later on, but I don't think it's yet. So I think it's pretty much a dead end going back to the cafe. There must be some reason to go back there though, purely due to the fact that it's still open, it's not greyed out yet. But we're getting along in this little murder mystery. So now we go to the Hotel Ubu, because why not, it's a new place to go.
The guy looked just like a weasel. The man looked like an amiable Bigfoot.
It's like a fat controller from Thomas
The
the
sign
Tank.
listed the price of rooms, and boy, were they expensive.
Or the gaffer.
The killer must have
from
been earning a
Tetley Tea.
fat wad to pay for accommodation like this.
Well, contract killers do tend to get paid well. No, I'll just go down here. I don't think there's anything to gain from going down here. I kind of still remember parts of the game. Like I said, it's not like a totally bland playthrough for me, but there doesn't seem to be anything to click. No, nothing to click. It does come into play later on in the game. I'll just tell you that much. If you've not played Broken Sword, that is. I mean, it is a pretty old game now, but so it's time to go into the hotel. So stayed at a swanky hotel. Is he still staying here though? That is the question. Right, so we got a very posh swanky hotel actually now from going inside it.
The figure of a sexless youth was frozen in mid-skip with a silly grin on its stone lips.
No, we can't exactly lift it up. Right, we've got an old lady.
The
What's
woman
that?
was obviously English. She had all the qualities of Boadicea, Elizabeth I, and Margaret Thatcher rolled into one. It wasn't a pretty sight.
I'm just going to say that.
I recognized the guy. It was the Nobel Prize winner from the country whose name I couldn't pronounce.
Oh, so some kind of Eastern European country. That's usually the ones where they'll make up a made up country.
Hi there, ma'am.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for a man.
You disappoint me, my dear. For one foolish moment I thought, but never mind. Aren't you going to tell me your name?
George Stobart, ma'am.
How sweet! I once had a stable boy called George. I am Lady Piermont.
That's enough of your love laugh.
The common reaction is to kneel and stutter, but it's not obligatory.
A real lady? I mean, you're an honest-to-God aristocrat?
Oh, I don't know about that. Few of my ancestors are honest, not even to God. I can trace my family back to the Normans, but don't let that intimidate you, George. Beneath that impressive pedigree, I'm just flesh and blood. The blood may be blue, but the flesh is the plump beef of old England, so to speak. You appear distracted, George. Is there any way I can help you?
Right, so let's talk to this lady.
Are you here in Paris on vacation?
No, darling, I'm on holiday. I needed to get away after Algy's funeral.
I didn't realize you were mourning the loss of a loved one.
I'm not. He was my husband.
A typical British
I'm
marriage
sorry
there.
to hear about your husband's death.
You wouldn't be if you knew him, my dear. It gave me the opportunity to take a well-deserved holiday. Daphne suggested a change of scenery. Paris, she said. A wild romance is just what you need to take your mind off the inquest.
Inquest?
Well, the closest I came to romance was being wooed by a drunken Breton chef. I must say I was disappointed with his coq au vin. Not at all what I was expecting.
You
I
dirty
was
girl.
thinking of cutting my holiday short, packing my bags and heading back to Hempstead. That was until last night.
Oh, yes.
What happened to you last night?
I was stricken, Mr. Stobart. Cupid's arrow has cleft my bosom.
They couldn't really miss.
It
Ew.
was just as I'd always imagined it should be. The intimacy of candlelight, romantic music tinkling across the room, and then a stranger's glance. Those brooding eyes, that suave manner, those tight trousers. He was the man I'd been waiting for all my life.
I'm glad he finally turned up after all these years.
Ah, but it wasn't to be. He was merely toying with my affections. And if I ever catch up with him, he's dead.
Oh, she sounds
Who was
like
the
a
guy who
tough
led
old
you
bird,
on?
yeah.
His name is Merlin.
Merlin, huh?
I'm looking for a murderer.
Good heavens! You're a private detective.
That's correct, ma'am.
What's the term you Americans use? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I
That's what
believe
she
what you're
said.
thinking of is Dick.
Precisely.
Have you
This
come
game
across
is
a
very
man who calls
dirty.
himself Khan?
I can't remember
I
it being
am
as
familiar with
dirty.
only one person named Khan.
Genghis Khan, the legendary Mongol barbarian chieftain?
No, darling, Kevin.
Kevin Khan? I never heard of him.
I'd be most surprised if you had, darling. He's a pharmacist in Hemel Hempstead. Organises fundraising for the Rotarians. Lovely man.
Does he have a scar on his cheek?
I really wouldn't know, sweetie.
Do you know what this is?
At a guess, I'd say it was a clown's nose.
That's right. It was worn as a disguise by a vicious killer.
Good heavens, are you trying to alarm me?
It's true. He uses the name Khan. Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
My God, it's him. That's Merlin.
She represented everything I loved about the English. The lady was totally deranged. Merlin? You mean King Arthur's wizard?
Good heavens, no. Monsieur Merlin is a fellow guest. He's the man I've been telling you about. That's the man who spurned me.
Well, the country are pretty deranged, I
The man
suppose.
you know as Merlin
Well,
is a fake.
not any more than any other
What do
country.
you mean, sweetie?
He's a murderer. He also uses the name Khan.
I am shocked, Mr. Stobart. Shaken. I
Not
took him
stirred.
to be a gentleman, a man of honor. Do you know, I'd rather like to assist you in stitching him up.
When did you last see Merlin?
It was no more than an hour ago. He came downstairs and spoke to that clerk chappie. Something passed hands. I couldn't see what exactly.
A briefcase?
No, smaller than that. A bundle of papers, perhaps. The clerk put it in the hotel safe and Merlin went out.
Are you sure you saw Merlin putting documents in the safe?
Yes, darling, positive.
I wonder what they were.
Obviously something of great importance.
Yeah. I'd sure like to get my hands on whatever it is. I'll bet they had something to do with Plantow's briefcase. Has Merlin returned to the hotel?
No, he hasn't. Are you going to search his room?
If I could get in there, I would.
Alright then, so we found out that he is staying here. He's been using a different
Did I
name.
show you this false?
Yes.
Can you think of any...
Oh, I can think of someone I'd like to use it on.
Would you like to shake my hand, ma'am?
Now, George, there's no need to be so formal. We met as tourists, and I want to keep it that way, despite the enormous social gulf between us.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to shot the old lady anyway,
Does
that's
this
a bit
tissue mean
mean.
anything to you?
Good God, no!
I just thought the smell might be familiar.
Please, darling, put it away. I'm no shrinking violet, but that object makes me feel quite queasy.
Did I show...
Yeah.
Right, that's all we've got from the old dear.
I have to go, ma'am.
But she sounds like she could be maybe useful later on. Right, let's talk to this.
Excuse me. Didn't I see your picture in the news? You're that Nobel Prize winner from some unpronounceable Eastern European state.
Yes, that is me in person.
I don't want to worry you, but
Yep,
have you
Eastern European,
on
just
your
like I
life?
thought.
You know, mysterious phone calls, letters made up of headlines cut from the newspaper.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you seen a clown?
I beg your pardon?
The clown. A guy in funny pants. Have you seen him?
My pants are from England. Marks and Spencer. They are a pleasure and a comfort to wear, with much support.
I'm real glad to hear that. You know, it's good to
Good
know
old
you
Marks and
Nobel
Spencer.
Prize winners are human too.
In my country, the people make do with string and egg cartoons.
For pants?
For everything. Oppression is the mother of ingenuity.
Do you know a guy called Plantow?
I don't know anybody in Paris.
Oh, well, this guy's dead anyhow.
Why do you ask me about dead men? I have seen enough of death to last me a lifetime.
I'm, sure you have.
Let's see.
What does this clown's nose suggest to you?
In my country, we have no use for clowns.
I'm glad to hear it.
They were dealt with most severely in the last cultural cleansing.
What about the mimes? Did you get them too?
All gone. Our streets are mime-free.
Sounds like heaven.
It sure does in
Do
a
you
way.
recognize this man? He calls himself Khan.
Yes, I know this man. Why do you carry his photograph?
I'm a private detective. Have you any idea what this tool might be used for?
I cannot guess.
Would it mean anything if I told you it was for lifting drain covers?
Such technology fills me with wonder.
Okay, Doug. Let's try and shock
May
this
I
guy
shake
out.
you by the hand?
I do not shake the hands of imperialist dogs.
Now that's a real bad attitude problem you've got there. Does this goo-smeared tissue mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
Right, this guy's not being very helpful. Let's just see if he knows
What's
anything.
your interest in Khan?
He is an enemy of my people.
You know he's a killer.
Of course, amongst other things.
Would you help me investigate Khan?
That is not possible. My instructions are to observe. I cannot jeopardize my position as an honored guest of this country's government.
So he's just kind
Thanks
of
for your help.
Goodbye.
he's kind of a sleeper agent then for his country by the sound of things. Oh, hello.
The clerk wore a disdainful expression, like he'd been born with it.
What's that?
It was the register of guests staying at the hotel.
Right, let's see. This guy doesn't look like he's going to be useful at all.
I want some information.
Who are you? The police?
I'm conducting a private investigation.
Ah, I know only too well what you mean. That is one of the drawbacks of the catering business. When people book into an hotel, they leave their morals at home, no?
Right, let's see what he thinks.
I'm looking for a man who dresses like a clown.
This is a highly respectable hotel, monsieur. There are no clowns here.
If you say so. Do you know a man named Plantow?
No, monsieur.
I'd like to retrieve something from your safe.
Ah, oui, monsieur. May I see some form of identification?
Like what?
A driving license, perhaps?
I don't drive.
Your passport?
I don't have it with me. I could show you my operation scar.
I'm sorry, monsieur. I must have some form of unique ID.
You won't find a more unique ID than my scar.
I'm sorry. I must insist on a more traditional
Oh,
identification.
we're not getting anywhere with this fella.
Rats.
Alright.
Do you recognize this red nose?
No, monsieur.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Yes, monsieur. That man is one of our guests.
What name?
I cannot tell you that.
What do you...
Stunning, monsieur. I bet you handle it like a professional.
Who are?
Hey, shake my hand.
I'd rather not, monsieur. I'm still sore from the shock administered by one of the guests. He was secretly concealing an electrical device in the palm of his hand. Practical jokes are so puerile, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Rats.
What do you make of this tissue?
Do you wish me to dispose of it for you, monsieur?
Hey, no. It could be useful. I'm holding on to this.
As you wish, monsieur. Perhaps you would like a little plastic baggie to keep it in?
Nah, it's fine the way it is.
Okay, so Miss Snooty,
Thanks for your help, buddy.
Monsieur Snooty is no use. Let's see what this is.
There was no one registered under the name of Khan. but the name in the book for room 22 was Merlin.
Right, so I know the number of the room he's staying in. At least that we've got from over here.
Hanging from a brass hook was a key and a plastic tag.
Now, I doubt he's going to let us take it.
Excusez-moi, monsieur.
What?
You are trying to steal that key, no?
No way.
Right. Well, due to the fact that the old woman said she'd help us in any way, we'll see if she can help
Hi,
us.
ma'am.
This is basic because I can't remember how
What
it
can I
went.
do for you now?
Oh, there we go. See, the key's there. I kind of
Would you
remember
distract
certain
the
bits
clerk
of
while I
this,
borrow
so
a
like I
key?
said, it's not an
Are
exactly.
you asking me to aid you in a criminal act, darling?
I guess I am.
Good heavens, I must be dreaming.
I don't think so, ma'am.
Now tell me, why do you want to get into that room?
I'm hoping it's the key to Merlin's room.
Well, how can I refuse? I shouldn't think my feminine charms would be much use in this case.
Yep,
But a good
he seems
dose
to
of
be
English
on the other
arrogance
side of the
might do
fence.
trick.
Yeah.
I say, you there, flunky.
Oui, madame.
Listen carefully. You do understand English, don't you?
But of course, madame.
Good. I wish to deposit some jewelry for safekeeping.
I understand.
Are you quite certain?
Oh, bien sûr, madame.
Over to you, my dear.
Oh, come on. Look on it. Oh, you idiot.
Hey,
Just looking.
Let's see if she'll help us again. This is what I mean by the pad. It's sometimes not the best device to be controlling this game with.
Hello, George.
If it becomes a bit too hard, then
I didn't get the...
Well, you... Let's...
I think this will be an infinite. I don't know if you have an infinite number of turns of doing this.
Boy, check my jewelry.
but
Right, come on. Get on it. Why is it? Quick, go get it. Yes, finally. Right. So now we've got it. We'll go up the stairs. So we got the key. What's this number say?
The sign on the door read 21. The door was locked.
Oh, might as well try.
The sign on the door read 22. If the tailor's description was correct, this was the killer's room.
See?
The door was locked.
Yeah, it's locked.
Room number... The door...
Well, let's see what room key we've got.
It was a key ring bearing one large brass key and a tag which read Hotel Ubu.
Right, so we're about to enter the killer's room. Will he be secretly hiding there? Will he come back and find us? Well, for that you're going to have to tune in to the next video, because I'm going to take a quick break. But I'll be back to investigate the killer's room on the very next video. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys next time.